Right, question number 17 is a tricky little question. You've got to show that the cube root of 81 over 3 can be written as 3 to the power of 1/3. And to do that, you've got to think about the rules of surds that you are aware of. All right, this is effectively a simplifying surds question, but you've got a cube root instead of a square root, which is unusual. So you have to think about this 81 inside the cube root before we do anything else, and you think about what can you make that as in 3 to the power of what? Well, 3 to the power of 4 makes 81. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 would give you 81. So you could write that first of all. This is what I would do, and you could answer this in various different ways and still get the correct answer, but I would write that as 3 to the power of 4. Okay, now, and that's because we've got this 3 here. Right, we just want to keep things with 3's at the moment. So cube root, I know it's a huge 3, but the cube root of 3 to the power of 4 over 3 can be turned into the cube root of, and what we want to find is a cube number. Alright, because then when we get a cube number, we can simplify it using the cube root into a whole number. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, just for your benefit there, is what 3 to the power of 4 looks like. So the cube root goes over the top there, and you've got the 3 on the bottom. Now, you can work out, or you should be able to work out, that 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and 27 is the third cube number. So you've got the cube root of 27, I'm going to write it like this now, multiplied by the cube root of 3 all over 3, right, which we can then write as the cube root of 27 is actually 3 lots of the cube root of 3 over 3. Okay, all I've done there is turn that into the 3 and taken the multiplication symbol out of the whole thing. Then you can cancel the 3's. So this 3 and this 3 cancel. So what we end up with is the cube root of 3. Now, if you know your indices rules, the cube root of 3 can be written as, oh, I've written equals down here again, right? But the cube root of 3 can be written as 3 to the power of 1/3. And that's how we've shown that this can be written as this, because we've ended up with this, which is equal to this. Right? Tricky little question, 3 marks available for it. Basically, if you've got cube roots, look for cube numbers. Alright? See if you can find some cube numbers to stick inside those cube roots. It will then simplify to a whole number, and then you can do some bits and pieces from there on out. Okay?